to the legend, real hip-hop, Brother Big Daddy Kane. Yeah. And all the rest, and of course to the legend, real hip-hop, Brother Big Daddy Kane. Yeah. Say real hip-hop. Real hip-hop. Say real hip-hop. Real. All the rest, and of course to the legend, real hip-hop, Brother Big Daddy Kane. Yeah. Say real hip-hop. And of course to the legend, real hip-hop, Brother Big Daddy Kane. Yeah. Say real hip-hop. Real hip-hop. Know by now, nobody up there.
I've been looking.
Welcome to you two, you sellout, punctified Negroes. It is real in real life, not just on the internet. I think our brother Dave Anderson said it beautifully. He said, well, a lot of people talk tough on the internet. It's a lot of keyboard warriors, but in real life, you are soft as hell. This is very real. When I say this fight has been happening for over 4 centuries, that is not just something we read in a book. How many of you feel that we deserve reparations? Do we deserve reparations? Do we demand it? Will we fight for it? Oh, y'all ready, man. Give yourselves a round of applause. I like this. I like this. I like this. I've been waiting this whole time to get up here, man. I've been charged up since the first speaker. Y'all not playing. Y'all not playing, but let me make this very clear. I'm going to define the word reparations, and I'm going to go into the rest of what I have to say. Is that okay? Yeah. Reparations is not a handout. I'm going to say this again to you weird YouTube Negroes. It is not a handout. Stop auditioning for your white slave master. Some of you are auditioning trying to get a picture in front of the White House by attacking those of us who truly stand on the grassroots and on the shoulders of our ancestors who have been fighting for this. Stop trying to attack your people to be near and dear to your slave master. You should learn that that does not last long. You're doing it from the white man's YouTube. Oh, I'm sorry. Wait a minute. Hold on. Who owns YouTube? Okay, to the white folks here, welcome. You're not gonna make me feel comfortable. Welcome. Thank you for being present. Let me make this clear to all of you. When I say certain things, if it don't apply to you, don't worry about it. But if it does, then you should feel every damn ounce of pain that I'm injecting into you. If it applies, then get up, handle your business. Stop affecting our children and our people by making... But if it does, then you should feel every damn ounce of pain that I'm injecting into you. If it does, then you should feel every damn ounce of pain that I'm injecting into you. If it applies, then get up. Then you should feel every damn ounce of pain that I'm injecting into you. If it applies, then get up, handle your business. Stop every damn ounce of pain that I'm injecting into you. If it applies, then get up, handle your business. Stop affecting our children pain that I'm injecting into you. If it applies, then get up, handle your business. Stop affecting our reparations means brother, can you relax, brother? You gonna make them investigate me when I leave here today, brother. No, the reality is if you ain't doing nothing against this enemy, you ain't got nothing to worry about. Most of you talk tough, but you ain't built like this. You will not be able to withstand what this enemy brings against you. You think you can handle it until you are faced with it. Raise your hand if you have been to prison. Raise your hand if you've been to prison or jail, whichever one. There's a difference. So you're like, well, I was there over the weekend. Okay. You understand to a degree. Raise your hand if you have been visited by the FBI. Raise your hand. I'm talking about in real life, not on the internet. They took down my page, brother. Raise your hand if you know for a fact that the government has done things to prevent you from accessing wealth, preventing you from helping your family, preventing you from having a level of freedom that a lot of other people enjoy. Everyone should be raising their hand at this point, whether you know it or not. So reparations applies across the board. I'm going to mention this to you as well. When you are mentioning to us, why do y'all want something for free? Don't ever insult black people like that again. Ain't nobody sitting here on their damn pockets waiting for a check from the government. You are talking to business owners. You are talking to hard-working employees. You are talking to people who have been fighting like hell to work for somebody who they don't like. 9 to 5s. Some of y'all graveyard shifts. Some of y'all swing shifts. Shout out to the truck drivers. Shout out to the security guards. Shout out to the EMTs, the nurses, the teachers. All of you have been working. You're dealing with very intelligent people. Would you call yourself intelligent people? Personally believe and know at this point that the state of Israel has America by the testicles. Yes, I'm going there. Ooh, he really going there. But don't start towing that anti-Semitic line. Stop it. God damn it, it's 2024. Speak the damn truth. What's the matter with some of y'all? Okay, if he's your boss, then tell him with all due respect, Mr. Goldstein. Your nation has dealt some of the worst, most horrific treatment to my people. Yes, your people own the shackles. Yes, your people own some of the slave ships. Yes, your people were some of those putting us on auction blocks to see how good we are to sell us to different plantations. How many of you know this history? When they say people aren't alive today who experienced that, wait a minute, again, many of them said this, but I'm going to reiterate it again because the first law in learning is repetition. Say repetition. 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 Reason we don't heard this before. The Negro, why didn't you activate it yet? If you heard it, why aren't you doing nothing? I'm going to say this to you. When we tell them, your people have dealt a very large injustice to us on the plantation they helped to sell us currently today. How many of you know that many of the black-owned, supposedly, organizations are owned by Jewish organizations? I can't go down the list of names. Oh, we in some good trouble today. I like it. See, the thing is, I want you to come out and then bring your mask out in front of you. Because some of you Negroes talking about black power. All right, Master, what you want to tell them? Okay, all right. You're going to get paid to keep us quiet. The NAACP, National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, founded primarily by Jewish money. You can go down to the National Action Network. You can go over to the Urban League. You can go over to all of them and realize and witness why we haven't made too much progress. Now, to the black organizations that have been working very hard, diligently, been fighting legally, spiritually, physically to build infrastructure for us as a people, we appreciate you. We applaud you. All the black organizations, to the elders, thank you for not giving up this fight. Please give a hand to our elders, please. Because many of them are tired, but they haven't given up. When I mention that Israel has America by the testicles, what do I mean? Have you ever heard of AIPAC? The American Israeli Public Action Committee? Or you could say the pimp to politicians, the pimp of politicians, where they brag about how much money they have paid for certain politicians to get pro-Israel laws passed and policies passed to benefit that nation, but not for us. One big thing that we have to look at, our brother Dave mentioned this as well, we have a lot of smoke for the enemy out there. We ain't got no smoke for the enemy in here. All of those who are sponsored by these organizations, the reason why they don't show up to places like this is because their money and their pocket is attached to the very people we are trying to get away from. And so they cannot speak up because their money will dry up. But the reality is, if you stand on behalf of the people will support you. I am aware of this and I can verify this right here. That's why your brother can speak the way I do, because of all of you. That's a fact. I've been approached by these bastards. I'm like, check this out, Chief. My leader is Farrakhan. Do I care about your opinions about that? Not at all. You ain't qualified to have an opinion. I know for a fact that these Negroes who have approached me with money and with opportunity, brother, well, you can do this, we can get you a show here, we can do that. I have almost threatened retaliation on them personally if they ever disrespected me like that again. But I cannot say the same thing for many of you, because I personally know some of you who get in front of us are paid by this very entity. And you do a good job of pretending. Again, if it applies, but if it don't worry about it. Some of you know people who I'm talking about. I'm not just saying this. I'm serious about the fact that it is 2024. Israel has received hundreds of billions. The Ukraine has received all of this money. 9/11 quote-unquote survivors have received payouts all the time. The natives received it, rightfully so. Some Japanese for internment camps, the Chinese for certain circumstances. Okay, we get it. But why not us? Everyone else has people with testicles who stand up for their own needs. But where the hell are ours? First thing I want you to do is any person who stands in front of us, look at who is funding them. First thing, who pays these people? I don't care if they wear a bow tie, a straight tie, a fez, a kufi, whatever they got on, no suit. Find out who funds them and you will be surprised. Do you hear me? Oh, it's getting quiet for a reason. Y'all listening? Are y'all listening? See, you gotta take action after this. Don't just get comfortable like, oh, that sounded nice, ha, good speech. No. You're gonna have to do something after this. You do know that, right? No. Let me just make this very real talk. The FBI is literally out here. The Federal Bureau of Investigation is out here. The CIA is out here. We spotted one of them on the roof. Look at y'all. Boom. You out here now, nigga. They got all your pictures. You can't go nowhere. You was at that damn rally with Brother Rizzo. You think I'm playing?
It's too many of them.
Just be ready for it. Let me continue. Y'all all right? Give yourselves a round of applause as we getting deeper now. I have to warm it up a little bit because we're going to get into some more heavy things. For those who are saying, well, wait a minute, Reza, we were not alive, and neither were your ancestors who were dealt this injustice. Okay. To our two sisters who are the last two living survivors from the Tulsa race massacre. Give them a round of applause. See, at a certain point, some of us don't believe that evil really exists. Some of us don't want to believe that this government sincerely does not care about us. We don't want to believe that, well, brother, I'm getting my assistance, I'm getting my food stamps. No. That don't mean I care about you. Same thing with a pimp and a prostitute. Ain't no care right there. It's a business transaction. They give you that because they know it's going right back into the economy. Which is another reason why I'm going to bring up the other side of reparations. But we have to be mindful now that at this point, when I see the fact that Ukraine has now been offered and confirmed to be given a $50 billion contract stimulus loan by G7, the group of seven, and was heavily encouraged by the United States. Did you hear about that? Oh, did you hear about that? You mean to tell me they have money in the budget for somebody all the way over there? In a nation that we shouldn't be involved in the first place? Who are fighting against their own brethren, kin, and cousin that belongs to them. Over talking about Russia. Why are you over there? America, is your involvement in Ukraine a humanitarian effort or your ability to wash money? Some of you know what I'm talking about. Look, all the drug dealers said, ooh. I'm just playing, I'm going to insult y'all like that. The United States has investments in over 15 pharmaceutical companies in the Ukraine. A number of them were involved in making the COVID vaccination. Anthony Fauci has multiple investments in the Ukraine. Is it making more sense to you now? They find ways to wash their money, and they come back and get it over here. As if, oh, we're helping people. They don't give a damn about no Ukrainian people. Just the same as they don't care about the Palestinian people. When people say free Palestine, I agree. I just say free black people first. Or even simultaneously. But the point is, stop jumping over there before you handle business here. Some of you weird Negroes talking about, brother, you ain't talking about Palestine enough. Nigga, what are you talking about? I don't hear not one of you doing nothing in the community for our people anywhere. You do nothing. Get the hell off the computer. Stop being so scared and get your feet dirty. Get them elbows dirty. Find your place where you fit. Brothers, we need more soldiers in the street to do domestic policing so that we can take care of our community, because I don't trust them. You know what I'm talking about. Respectfully, I don't. I respect those who do the right thing, but at the same time, we have enough soldiers in our community to police ourselves. Would you agree? The difference is we have to pay for our protection. Because let's be very clear. Thank you to the two people who said yes. Yes. Pay, brother. Yes. Yes. How many of you go to work for free? No, raise your hand, please. Raise your hand. I just want to see who's lying. If you want your protection within our community, we have to pour money into community pots for our protection. This way, we don't need domestic terrorists coming and occupying our neighborhoods. But if we don't do something about it for ourselves, we can't argue with them for coming in and doing what they do. Do you hear me? See how it gets quiet when we gotta do something? Why are you so soft now? This is the stuff I'm talking about. This enemy watches every response, and they look at our psychological reaction to determine, oh, that nigga ain't gonna do nothing. She ain't gonna do nothing. Nope, she ain't gonna do nothing about that either. Pay attention. Next point here. For those who said, well, many of your people were not alive during the time of the transatlantic slave trade, Jim Crow, and all of the horrific things that happened to your people where they were giving your children to alligators and cutting off body parts and having them as party favors after picnics. And they were peeling our skin, making them into pillows and chair covers. All the stuff that you've done to us, you raped us, you robbed us, buck-breaking farms. A lot of you today are applauding brothers being buck-broken. Sisters, I'm going to talk to you in a second. This situation that has continued to perpetuate as of right now is the same situation. They just do it in a different way. So right now, what are we looking at? How is it that the artists, the athletes, the big bankers, and black celebrities in particularly, how did you allow this government to encourage you to push for the mass experimentation on your people over the last 3 years? I'm going right there. You mean to tell me that we don't deserve reparations for back then? All right, let's go to right now. You experimented on our people, and you encouraged us to go and vax that thing up. You encouraged us to go get a piece of chicken for a shot. To go get a lobster dinner for a shot. Out here in Washington State to go get some joints for jabs. You gave us free 30 minutes with a prostitute if we took a shot. If we were in jail, you gave us free conjugal visits for 30 minutes with a woman of our choosing. You did all of this just for us to turn around and find out that everything we knew to be true. It is affecting the reproductive system. It is affecting the heart and nervous system. It is affecting all parts of the damn body. Now, for those of you who took it, don't feel like I'm coming at you. I'm talking to the artists who pushed it. Yes, we have a responsibility, but let's be very clear. Our people are impressionable. We love who we love, we trust who we trust. Is that right? Brother Ree's up here, okay, I would say some of you do trust what I have to say. And if you feel the same way about certain artists and celebrities, when they say go out here and take that shot, brother, some of you went and did it. I understand. That's why I'm not talking to you entirely. I have to address them because the biggest issue that we have now is we don't want to hold nobody accountable. Cancel culture, cancel culture. You ain't canceled this enemy yet. But you want to sit here and argue when we want to hold certain artists accountable. If they pushed the shot, we must hold them accountable. Hundreds of millions of people, our people, and then over 5 billion on the planet took at least one dose of this. Devil. You too damn tolerant. I'm going to say it again. You're too tolerant. Other nations will make examples of their people. See, you see how quiet you got? It's real. And if they don't get held accountable, I don't give a damn what none of them have to say. This is why some of you ain't having on your platforms, but you have that devil Fauci on there. I'm going to say it again. Many of you had that open devil who pushed AZT that was killing people dealing with AIDS back in the 80s and 90s. The same devil who was experimenting on dogs and other human beings with this shot and other shots, and he has now been brought in front of the U.S. House Committee at least 5 times and walked back every damn thing he said. Did you hear what I just said to you? I know y'all didn't watch the 3-hour interview. I know you didn't watch it. This bastard literally walked back everything. Well, I didn't actually say that. The 6 feet rule, it didn't come about by science, it just happened. That was his actual word. Well, we didn't experiment necessarily. Yes, we did do gain of function, but, I mean, well, the reason why some of you don't have enough energy against his enemy is because it's too hard. But if Fauci was black, y'all be in front of his house right now. And that's the no, can I say it again? If Fauci were a black man, you would be in front of his house right now. You making music about him, you doing all kind of crazy stuff. But because he's a white man. And even other white folks say this. Because he's white. Y'all soft. Let me move on to some of y'all. Get off the stage. Don't take me off the stage. You need to be held accountable too. Because what you fail to realize, and I'm going to say this, I'm speaking to the heart of our people now. Brothers and sisters, all of y'all have a soldier inside of you. These children and those who are right above that age, you have to be mindful that whatever fight we are fighting now, they will inherit. If we don't end it now, they will inherit it. End it now. Say it with me. End it now. End it now. End it now. So another topic is reparations. This has everything to do with it. Just when we talk about responsibility, people get quiet. Let's move on. People who are a part of our reparations happen to be the ADL. I'm talking about people who are involved in this. The Anti-Defamation League. How many of you have heard of that organization? An organization who say they are created to, fight for Jewish people. Okay, I have no problem with that side. But why do you work with the FBI to investigate and help to assassinate my black leaders? Why have you always done this for over 80 years? The ADL is a part of that. The CDC, the Center for Disease Control, is a part of those who have to be held accountable for reparations. The state of Israel, who send in their military training to train the police officers who domestically abuse us with inhumane tactics, are trained by the Israeli military. You have to be held accountable as well. With the experiment that took place on our people over the last 3 years, guess what, United States government? You owe us reparations for that too. Did y'all hear what I just said? So they say, well, for the past, we don't owe you nothing. But what about now? You just injected a biological weapon into my body that you knew, Pfizer, in the trial was going to affect my sperm, my ovaries, my lungs, my brain and nervous system. They knew this in the trial before they released the shots to the public. Did you know that? So that means you intentionally did it, which means you are a murderer. In the court of law. In the court of law. Okay? Y'all with me so far? Certain Arab nations, you are a part of our enslavement. Y'all don't think I was going to go there. Brother Reese, ain't you a Muslim? Yes. And certain Arab nations, you are a part of our enslavement. You must pay us reparations. Certain African nations. With all due respect, brother. And some of them have apologized, have offered dual citizenship and a number of other things. So we applaud that. But at the same time, the other nations in Africa that were involved, you must pay reparations too. Would you agree? Yeah. So we got a call to roll. If you were involved in this, you can't run now. You all up in the music, you all up in the food, you all up in the family, get up in the reparations. You hear me? Y'all nervous? I hope not. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said that America will be wise to give our people reparations. so that God will consider sparing your destruction. Consider it. Some of y'all don't believe in God. Some of y'all call out loud. Some of y'all say God, the Most High, Jesus, whatever. Whatever God you refer to, that's fine. But the reality is America is under divine judgment. Would you agree? Yeah. Nations are turning against her. Yep. Saudi Arabia has just refused to renew the 50-year agreement for oil with America. Do any of you have any idea of how big that really is? Russia with China. Now their currencies are number one with each other. Are you hearing what I'm saying to you? Separation. This thing is not about to last too long. So America, you will be wise, I would say, because other nations have always looked at what you have done to black people. And that's another reason why they don't like dealing with you. So at this point, I would say personally it will be wise for them to give up reparations. Are y'all ready for me to go to the rest of this? Yes, sir. You sure? Yeah. All right? Yeah. You strong? Yeah. Okay. We're not just talking because we will have some marching orders at the end of this. The CIA, you absolutely, for the assassination of our leaders, when they traveled, have to pay us or be involved in reparations. This is a, this is a class action lawsuit. Yep. Y'all hear what I'm saying? Yeah. Are you sure? Yeah. Raise your hand if you are a lawyer or know of a lawyer. Paralegal. Y'all? Anybody? Okay. See, we need more lawyers. Y'all hear what I'm saying? Yeah. See, I'm making sure I'm asking this question to make sure we're getting it, because at this point now, once we get done talking about it, we got to put our feet to the ground and start making moves on it. Yeah. So let's go to the next part here. BRICS, as we already know, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, they have added the United Arab Emirates, they have added other nations. They are coming for the #1 spot. Why does that matter to you? Why does that matter to us? Because the dollar is already going down. So the U.S. government, I believe, is going to wait for it to almost be completely unusable and then want to cut the check. Some of y'all got it, you're like, damn. That makes sense. Hence the reason why we ain't got too much time. See, some of you are celebrating Pride Month. That's so nice. You're celebrating Pride Month. Some of you don't think reparations is possible, but you believe changing your gender is. Losing your damn mind. Go against everything scientific and logical. Oh, black people never get reparations, but here, chop this off. I'm a woman now. To the trans community, you know I'm speaking the truth. And trust me, if you run up, you will be dealt with as who you are. With love, I say that to you, but I've seen some of y'all get beside yourself. If it applies, it applies. If it don't, hey, leave it alone. And I say that to the entire LGBTQ plus and whatever community. We have family who are part of that, we get that. But since when has that become a damn nationality? When does that become something of a nationhood? How is that flag tied to the U.S. flag? You know that means when it's tied together, that means that is a declarized or declared nation. Which means from the top of this nation, as they put the damn flag on 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, they hung it right on the front of the White House. Which means the United States government is saying this is the nationality. We're not American, we're LGBTQ rainbow. And other nations are laughing at us. And they're saying, yeah, your men and women, right? All right, y'all, let's start training. Let's start training. Your men and women, right? Yeah, y'all got them weapons ready? You got that? Your men and women, right? You can understand foreign policy and understand how people look over here. So when a brother's saying you need to start training, what does that mean? Get off the damn computer. Be honest with yourself. Start getting in the gym. Do your calisthenics. Train in martial arts, boxing. Whatever the hell you're going to do. But know that whatever happens over there will happen here. I'm almost done.
And train the kids.
Y'all hear me?
Yes, sir. Got it trained.
Giving black people reparations will automatically boost the economy. Would you agree?
Absolutely.
Let's break this down real quick. I think Dave Chappelle had a skit on this. But a brother said, reparations has been granted to black people by the United States government. Hundreds of billions or a couple trillion. Yeah, trillion. Sounds better. Some trillions, right?
Yeah.
Say trillion. Say trillion. You're like, brother, I just can't say it. I don't believe it. Say trillion. He said reparations was given to black people, and what happened? All of our people went out and paid all the phone bills.